Let us close and humble ourselves as we are going to have an opening prayer. Oh Lord Father, Jesus Christ, I pray in your name that you lead us throughout this session, and to all those that are going to debate and present here in front, let them have self-confidence and express out their points. I have prayed through the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Welcome back from that wonderful session. And our order paper for the second sitting of the 8th Regional Youth Parliament in LUWERO, covering Central Region on the 29th of July 2016. Next in our program, we are going to have opening remarks on behalf of the conveners of the Youth Parliament.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Give me some energy. Good morning. I have the honor of delivering a speech. Right Honorable Speaker, I wrote a speech for the Parliament. Good morning, dear delegates. It's a great honor and privilege to welcome you to the second sitting of the 8th Sub-National Youth Parliament that is happening here in LUWERO. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to each one of you for being here today. Your presence is a testament to your commitment to leadership, civic engagement, and the future of our communities. I also proudly acknowledge Faraja Africa Foundation, a youth-led organization that is dedicated to educating, engaging, and empowering young people. Since the inception of the Sub-National Youth Parliaments in 2018, this initiative has grown into a flagship platform for youth leadership. Over the years, it has inspired, mentored, and equipped hundreds of young people, many of whom have gone to serve and lead on national platforms. This is not just a program, it is a movement that is shaping the future of Uganda. Today, I invite each one of you to embrace your potential. Too often, we hear that young people are the leaders of tomorrow, but the truth is, we are leading today. We are not merely waiting for a seat at the table, we are helping to build at the table. We are not spectators of change, we are the drivers of it. As I look around this room today, I see future ministers, parliamentarians, entrepreneurs, innovators, community builders, and change makers. I see individuals with the courage to challenge injustice, the creativity to solve complex problems, and the passion to transform your communities. Our voices matter, our ideas matter, and our actions matter. Every generation is remembered for the choices it makes, and ours has the opportunity to be remembered as a generation that chose courage over comfort, action over apathy, and hope over fear. As young leaders, we have the responsibility to shape policies and advocate for solutions that reflect our aspirations and address the realities of our communities. Let us challenge the status quo with boldness, creativity, and determination. Let us have the confidence to ask difficult questions and the wisdom to listen to different perspectives. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to our valued partners, especially the Government of Uganda, the Parliament of Uganda, the French Embassy, the Royal Danish Embassy, the European Union, and the Rose Namayanja Foundation. Your unwavering support, belief in young people, and investment in youth leadership continue to create opportunities that empower us to make meaningful contribution to our nation. Together, we are building a stronger, more inclusive, and prosperous Uganda. And as we begin this year's Parliament, I encourage each one of you to participate wholeheartedly, speak with confidence, share your ideas boldly, listen actively, engage respectfully. This platform belongs to you, so make the most of it. Whether you're passionate about climate action, education reforms, governance, technology, gender equality, entrepreneurship, or community development, remember that every great transformation begins with a voice that refuses to remain silent. And while the road to change is not always clear, let us never lose hope. Real progress requires persistence, resilience, and patience. Every challenge we face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to learn, and to lead with greater purpose. Young leaders, the future is something that happens to us, and it is something we are creating. Let us be bold enough to dream. Let us be courageous enough to act. Let us be united enough to make a difference. And above all, let us be the light that inspires others to believe that change is possible. Thank you, and I wish you a productive and fruitful engagement. Right Honorable Speaker, kindly allow me to take this opportunity to invite our partners, the Rose Namanja Foundation, to give their opening remarks and officiate the Parliament. Thank you, sir.
Before, honorable members, in the House, we don't clap, but we thump our feet. So the next time you are sending in appreciation, please don't clap your hands. Thank you.
Every great speaker we admire, every leader, every advocate, every voice that has ever changed something had a first time, and this could be yours. Our chief guest, who did not make it today, apologies for that. The Honorable Speaker of the Central Regional Youth Parliament, distinguished members of the House, our youth leaders from LUWERO, Nakaseke, and Nakasongola districts, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Juliet. I am the Programs Coordinator of Rose Namanja Foundation, the conveners of the Central Regional Youth Parliament. On behalf of Rose Namanja Foundation, it is my honor and privilege to welcome each and every one of you to the second sitting of the 8th Sub-Regional Youth Parliament for the Central Region. Allow me to take this opportunity to introduce the Rose Namanja Foundation team with us here today. Mr. Lindo Dennis, our team leader. Mr. Seviala Painento, our finance officer. Mrs. Juliet Bilabwa, Secretary, Nakaseke Field Office. I would also like to acknowledge our partners, the Faraja Africa Foundation. Thank you for consistently creating opportunities for young people. Your commitment to empowering youth leaders does not go unnoticed. Thank you for mentoring youth leaders, nurturing the next generation of national leaders. The young people seated in this chamber today are a direct result of that investment. You are helping us to shape Uganda's future, and we are deeply grateful. The Rose Namanja Foundation was established with one core belief, that young people are not merely leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders of today. That is why we convened this parliament, not simply to give young people a chance to speak, but to provide their voices with the platform, the structure and significance they deserve. This parliament brings together representatives from LUWERO, Nakaseke, and Nakasongola districts. Each district has sent some of its finest leaders, and today their voices will be heard. Today, we will debate 4 critical motions covering the youth employment, digital literacy, health and education, and accountability in public institutions. These motions are not abstract topics. They are real challenges that young people across our region face every single day. We expect this House to debate boldly. We expect motions grounded in evidence. We expect resolutions that will not gather dust. We will move from the, sorry about that, but we'll move from this chamber into meaningful action. I also want to thank every young person who has chosen to be here with us today, ready to participate and ready to engage. Your presence here is a statement. It says we care, that we are paying attention, and that we will not remain silent. On behalf of the Rose Namayanja Foundation, I warmly welcome you to this house. May this sitting be productive, may it be bold, and may every resolution passed here today bring us one step closer to the Uganda our generation deserves. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, the House is yours.
Thank you so much for those remarks. We're going to have remarks from the chief guest, though I've been reliably told. Oh, okay, thank you so much. So now we're going to have communication from the speaker.
Good morning, everyone. First and foremost, pursuant to Rule 4, 5, and 16, I would like to ask of all of us to maintain the demeanor and decorum in this house, since it's a youth parliament, so the dress code is well established as per the rules that govern this house. So any person putting on any jersey, please, you can excuse us. Maybe you can be following us online. And I would love to ask Miss Sharon maybe to share the link to the members that are online, and those that are going to excuse us, maybe they can check out, they follow the sitting online, because we are training leaders that are going to redefine impact, and leaders that respect decorum and give respect to the house that it desires. I thank you for that, and I would love to maybe let the link be shared because it's a Central Youth Parliament. All the youth in the Central region are all following. Now, allow me give my communication. Senator Tams. Honorable members, before here present and those online, our guests, partners of Faraja Foundation Africa, SEPA, Namayanja, Rose Namayanja Foundation, SUPA, and the EU Youth Sounding Board. Allow me thank everyone that has made sure this happens. And at this particular time, to you honorable members in the House, I take this singular honor to welcome you all to the second sitting of the Central Youth Parliament that is holding at LUWERO. And colleagues, allow me still place on record our appreciation to Faraja Foundation Africa for all the support in having the youth voices heard and amplified. With that, I think they deserve a round of applause. Please, let's give them a round of applause. And then secondly, I wish to congratulate all of you, honorable members, who have registered success in academics at all levels, be university, be secondary, and those that have also gotten leadership positions, all levels. I've seen some members, our representative from local government. I've seen the youth councillor for Nakaseke Central. If you're around, please, you can, Central, Nakaseke Central, please, you can raise. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause for gracing our event. And I've also seen the woman youth councillor behind. Please, you can, thank you so much for, and honorable member, the councillor still, the youth can raise up and for recognition. Thank you so much for gracing our event. And those that have also gained employment in the different sectors, the fact that the employment rate is at over 16% as per 2026, having employment in this country is not something you can take for granted. I'd love also to say thank you to God for the opportunities that you have given to the youth. And also, while we serve, we always remember that we are the ambassadors of this initiative. And of course, Faraja Foundation Africa is the driver, but for us, we have a cardinal role to front and make sure that this initiative does not just end at speaking, but also be inspired by action. And then on the other note, members that have faced hardships from various categories, and those who continue to encounter the same, we pray for God's strength and guidance over you. We also wish to extend our commiserations to those that have lost their loved ones. And of course, would love, as the Central Youth Parliament, to join the entire country at large. And for the very many school-going children that we've lost in road carnage for the last 4 weeks. And with that, I would love to ask of us to take 5 seconds for a moment of silence in honor for the departed young souls that we lost for the last 4 weeks. May their souls rest in eternal peace. And then, on the business for us today, honorable members, I invite all of us to be reminded that these sittings are a branch through which we amplify our voices of the youth, hence influencing policy, hold duty bearers to account, and craft solutions for not only us here, but the country at large. However, debate alone does not suffice. We must be the change we keep speaking about and demanding for. Let us emit transparency, accountability, integrity, and self-discipline in everything we do as the youth. And of course, as we begin to deliberate on the motions that are set out on the order paper, I am expectant of fully researched and evidence-based submissions, just like the founder of Rose Namaya just stated, that we must have evidence and we must have well-researched work. The order paper was shared some time back, meaning that you got time personally or as a group to go through and see how best we can bring or give a future that the youth in this country, in this region, deserve. And then on the same note, I would love to also ask of you to maintain the demeanor and the decorum in this house. Of course, we are governed by the rules of procedure of the house, and they are already stated, and they're over there. And I know the Sergeant at Arms will share them in the group, so that we follow the discussion in a manner and discipline that it deserves. As I conclude, I implore us to have action taken in our constituencies. Let us go back and do civic engagement, civic education, mobilize the youth, and involve them in activities which will redefine impact. The fact that the youth cover persons between the age of 18 to 35 cover the highest population with over 75%, meaning that for the different leaders here, for us here, the 30, the 40 that are physical here, in the representation in the national politics and decision-making positions, we don't even carry 50%, meaning that most of these people that are in those decision-making positions carry around 60%, meaning that any chance you get to speak, you must speak double so that we can compete with the other big numbers, because we deserve it, because we are the biggest population and we have a lot of information. As I conclude, this is my only advice I have. At this age, between 18 and 35, this is the only time that your brain works at a speed of light, that thinks, meaning that in everything you do, this is the time that you can innovate, that you can change, that you can make a number of changes, because if you go beyond this age, it will be hard for you to build from what you didn't, of course, train yourself during that period you had as a youth. And with those remarks, I now declare the sitting open for God and my country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Now we're going to go through the motions.
Yes, granted. Pardon, you raised on which point?
I'm raising the point of inquiry before we proceed for our sessions. Do you like Honorable Speaker? Thank you. I'm by the names of Kamu Samuel. I'm the chairperson, Greater LUWERO, taking Nakasongora LUWERO, and Nakaseke, on behalf of National Youth Council. Uganda Focus. I have an inquiry which I would wish the organizers to clarify before we start our session. And as the leader, there have been some inquiries. One is concerning about the leadership of our session. Why don't we have our own speaker and have the clerk voted? But also, these people, they have an inquiry. When are they going to be given their reimbursement? Because most of them come very far, and it has been a question which will need clarity such that we can have the best of our session. Thank you.
On that, I would love to respond to one that I have authority over, the issue of election of speaker and the leadership of the youth parliament. First and foremost, for guidance, this is the Central Youth Parliament. This is the Central Youth Parliament. It's not a LUWERO Parliament, meaning that this parliament takes 2 years, just like the national parliament. So they voted for both, Right Honorable. Should they go again the next day and vote for another speaker in case of another sitting? This parliament goes for 2 sittings, and the first one was held in Mukono, the second one, of course, it's holding at LUWERO, meaning that that speaker chairs the house for the entire 2 years. That's why we cannot have another vote for a speaker. And I've been having a number of calls to that effect, But I think the issue has always been, is this a separate sub-regional parliament or part of the Central Youth Parliament? And I communicated in the group that this is the Central Youth Parliament, just like the other regional parliaments that we've been having. In West Nile, they had their speaker. In Acholi, the same thing. They didn't vote for any speaker. Thank you. Yes, Honorable Member.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I am Chamberlain Boyo, a delegate to this House. I'm raising on that procedure note still regarding my honorable colleague, who raises a very pertinent issue about the election of Speaker for LUWERO. The rules of procedure of the Parliament, from which we derive our sub-authority, the National Parliament, guide that the Speaker can decide with, let's say, the Commission in which area they can call the Parliament. As you can all recall, there's a time we had regional parliaments sitting. One sitting in Gulu, and another, we had two of them, but never at any did we have a new speaker elected. But the speaker in his wisdom, and it's constitutionally guided, the speaker in their wisdom can set the pertinent issues that we need to address in the region of Buganda. And so they decide on in which area the parliament shall sit. If there is a surgency in Pankwel, Masaka, so the parliament goes to Masaka for the leaders in Masaka to air out their views. So likewise, for this parliament still, the Central Youth Parliament, it would have convened at, let's say, the National Parliament being in Kampala, it would actually have convened at Kampala, Parliamentary Avenue, in the national chambers. But because there are urgent issues that we need to address in Rural District as a sub-region, and so the Speaker decided in his wisdom that he gets it convened at Jerusalem Hotel, as we are here. Had we put it in Kampala, many of our colleagues there would not have afforded to reach there. I beg to submit.
Thank you for that, and I think the clarification has been made to that effect. I request for maximum order, because I have the rules of procedure with me, and at any time you can seek leave from the House. Let's proceed with the order paper. Yes, Honorable Clerk.
Yes, thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Next on the order paper, we have motions. We are going to have 4 motions, and the first one, motion of the Central Regional Youth Parliament urging government to strengthen youth employment, skills development, and access to economic opportunities. Our second motion, motion of the Central Regional Youth Parliament urging government to enhance digital literacy, online safety, and responsible use of technology among young people. And our third motion, the motion of the Central Regional Youth Parliament urging government to improve access to quality health, education, and mental health services for the young people. And then the last motion, motion of the Central Regional Youth Parliament urging government to strengthen transparency, accountability, and efficient service delivery in public institutions. At this point, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to welcome Honorable...
Before, I'd like to ask a honorable member to come and move a motion to adopt the order paper the way it is, and I'll also have seconders to that effect in just 30 seconds.
Honorable Speaker and honorable members, my name is Kakande Crispus, and I rise to call this House to allow this order paper to be moved.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Any seconders? You can just raise up your hands. Any two seconders to second the motion to adopt the order paper? Yes, Honorable Carter, and yes, Honorable Lady. Thank you so much. We can now have the first motion mover in just 2.5 minutes. Move the motion, the first motion. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker and the honorable members, allow me send you warm greetings. My name is Kakande Crispas. I am a member of this parliament. I represent the people of Nakaseke Town Council. With that, I also represent the RNF team. Mr. Speaker, with great utmost honor, I rise this morning to move a motion. And so it goes. This youth parliament of Central Youth, holding at LUWERO, urges government to strengthen youth employment, development of skills, but also access to economic opportunities. Mr. Speaker, it so goes with glaring evidence. I must say it's public knowledge that 70%, 75 or so percent of the population of this nation are youth below the age of 30. That is automatically and performance clear that this country belongs, the future of this country belongs to the minds, to the hands, and to the talents of the young people here and millions outside here. I must say that despite of that fact, many young people wake up every morning with the skills required but no opportunity, with the qualification but no jobs, with the ideas but no capital. I must say still that this is not just about employment. It is not about underemployment. That alone is an indicator of shattered dreams, frustrated families, but also opportunities that are untapped. Mr. Speaker, I must put it on record that we must first of all understand what is unemployment. Unemployment is not just failing to have a job, but it is having the qualifications, having the ability, but failure to find employment, having the ideas, but failure to find the opportunities, and having the skills, but failure to find capital to start up something. I must also say in the introduction that unemployment, as it is not just about Uganda. Worldwide, talk of the US, Europe, talk of Asia, all those countries have the issue of unemployment. But what distinguishes us is that while they also have such a problem, they have progressive, sound steps to solve such a problem. Unlike us, for very many years, this topic has been in debate, be it in the youth parliaments or in the national parliament. But why haven't we found a solution? It's because much of our time has been spent on lamenting and putting up theoretical debates that are really not advancing to the solution to this problem. And Mr. Speaker, behind that, allow me to submit on 2 abridged points in a few minutes. From a lawyer's perspective, and also a person who is well read on this topic, I must say that 1, strengthening unemployment. Mr. Speaker, it is a fact that the unemployment ratio for every year rises. The past years we have been grappling with 12%, 13%, but very unfortunate, and I must inform the members here, that now we are talking of 16%. Honestly, that is too much. That is the frustration we are talking about. Youths having the ideas, having the qualification, but they cannot find.
As you conclude, before, when someone is moving a motion, maybe you will submit. In 30 seconds, please conclude.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this country, in the 1959, before even the independence of this country, we had the Minimum Wage Advisory Board Act. And one of its intentions was to make sure that there is a minimum wage set for the people. You must realize that in this country, people, the youths fail to get employment, but also those that get the employment eventually lose it. Reason as to why people are grappling with low payments. You find a private schools teacher earning 300, that's Uganda shillings, a month. You find a porter working full day, 12 hours on a site, and at the end of it all, they're getting 12,000. That is something they cannot bear, and in any event, they will lose that employment. Why is it so? It is so because the government has failed to take a progressive, deliberate step to put up a minimum employment ratio, minimum wage employment ratio. And this is what I mean to say, that in this Uganda, we find that the employment cost is too low compared to the profits. To put it clear, I want to say that in any site where an employer invests 500,000, that is hypothetical, to cater for the production and all the rates paying off the workers, investing 500,000, they eventually get a profit of 12 million, meaning that the saying that goes that the richer become richer and the poor become poorer, it is so a fact that we cannot deny unless we adopt the minimum wage ratio. And the last, in a few seconds, Mr. Speaker, it is about strengthening, it's about skills development, but also opportunities. Mr. Speaker, a case example is the iPhone manufacturers in the USA. These people build the software, they build the designs, and then they send their production to China. Reason as why they do that, because China has a great number of people that they can liaise to work in those companies and assemble and compact all those things, which they deliver as iPhones. Whoa, they are made in USA, but they are assembled in China. Reason is why the Chinese saw it wiser than before any other nation to make sure that they allow those companies, big tech companies, we're talking of Toyotas, we're talking of iPhone brands, Apple brands, to make sure that in their countries, it's where they assemble their products. The same can go in this country.
Thank you, Honorable Member, for that, for moving the motion. You've used strictly 7 minutes. Beyond, no. Maybe conclude in 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Just make your closing remarks.
All right. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, the idea of investing in the youth, it's not a charity. It's rather an idea to put up a progressive nation that will lead to prosperity. And thus far, I beg to move that nation. And I call upon the honorable members here present to support me in moving that motion. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Member, for that brilliant idea of moving the motion with... Put there. Honorable Member, I'd love to ask the House, 2 honorable members to second the motion so that it can go to the third phase of debate. Any seconders of the motion, you raise up, say your name, then you state that I, Derek Kakoza, I would love to second the motion, number 1, which states that this, and this. Only 2 honorable members that can second the motion. Yes, honorable member, raise. Then who is the next seconder? Please, you can come over also.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. First, and by names of Chamber Dauda, Chairperson, Youth, LUWERO Town Council. Right Honorable Speaker, rise here to second the motion which is saying that urging government to strengthen youth employment, skills development, and also access to economic opportunities. I second it, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for that.
Right Honorable Speaker and the esteemed House, I'm Chimbo Abdul Sharif, a delegate to the 8th National Youth Parliament, and of course delegated to the Central Youth Parliament. I stand here to second the motion of the Central Youth Parliament that the motion says that the Central Youth Parliament urging the government to address with urgency the socio-economic hardships that have limited access to basic social services like health and education. Honorable Speaker, I beg to submit.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Now at this a particular time, I would love to invite the House to debate the motion as moved and seconded by the Honorable House. Over to you. Please come over. You have strictly 2 minutes. Submit on any motion, one by one. Yes, Honorable Member? No, you first raise up your hand, then we choose you for order.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to inform this August House that Right Honorable Speaker, the distinguished guests, allow me to inform this August House, basing on the motion that argues that the government of Uganda to strengthen youth employment, skills development, and access to economic opportunities. First of all, my name is Nanteza Viola, the female youth councillor of LUWERO District and vice chairperson of LUWERO District, 2026-2031. Mr. Speaker, I stand strongly to support this motion that the government of Uganda must strengthen youth employment, skills development, and access to economic opportunities. We are very much aware that Uganda is one of the youngest countries in this world, with the majority of its population below 35 years. This youthful population should be Uganda's greatest asset. However, without enough jobs, relevant skills, and opportunities, this demographic advantage can become a serious challenge to our nation. According to 2024 National Population and Housing Census, youth unemployment among those aged 18 to 30 stands at about 16%, while approximately 51% of young people are neither employed in education nor in training. These figures demonstrate that many young Ugandan youths remain excluded from productive economic participation. My argument number one on employment. Employment is the foundation of national development. When I speak about that, employment is not all about earning income, but it enables even young people to support their families, pay taxes, reduce dependency, build businesses, and contribute to economic growth. When young people remain unemployed, we expect poverty levels to be at a high increase, crime rises, drug abuse increases, mental health problems, they also worsens, and social instability grows. A nation cannot achieve sustainable development when millions of young people remain idle. For instance, many graduates, especially from different institutions, like maybe Makerere University, Chambogo University, and so on and so forth, spend years looking for employment despite having qualifications. And many eventually resort to border riding, street vending, casual labor, unstable informal jobs. This shows that the education alone is no longer enough. Argument number 2, Uganda needs more practical skills than certificates. Why? We need to reform the education system of Uganda because we are having a number of young people who have graduated, but basing on the market needs, you see the jobs are not matching. Because you find out that basing on the education system of Uganda, it is more of theory, whereby we are training more youths to become job seekers than job creators. Then in addition to that, the government should invest more in technical institutions, vocational education, ICT training, digital literacy, artificial intelligence, agribusinesses, manufacturing, tourism, and so on and so forth. Therefore, young people should graduate ready to solve problems, not simply to seek for office work and jobs. Because we are very much aware, Mr. Speaker, sir, that we know very well that the problems that our society are facing, they are even not colored in any political parties, but these are real problems that our societies are facing. Therefore, if we reform the education system, we shall be at the same pace. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to urge you on this issue of youths. They need access even to affordable capital. Many young people have business ideas but lack capital. Then also, in addition to that, the government should therefore increase youth livelihood programs, funding, strengthen a MEOGA program, expand parish development model opportunities, provide affordable youth loans, reduce interest rates, and also improve on financial literacy. For the interest of time, Mr. Speaker, all right. Thank you. I beg to submit.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member, for that. We'll search to work and submission. Now, Honorable Members, if I ring the bell once, that means that you've used 2 minutes of your time. Now, you have the 30 seconds to conclude on the submission. Then if you hear the bell twice, that means your time is done. Thank you. The second Honorable Member to submit. Yes. You then, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The August House, a very good morning. I bring you greetings from Nakaseke District, the land that brought the ruling government into the governance. I stand to support the motion urging government to strengthen youth employment, skills, and access to economic opportunities. On the issue of economic opportunities and employment, as the current speaker said, Uganda is one country with the youngest population, but we have an issue of employment. For instance, in Nakaseke, we have degree holders who are there as of now. On a scale of 100, you find about 50% they are there in the village. After getting their bachelor's, they go back and do the cattle rearing. This wouldn't be what we need, because these people have got the human capital that would be put into consideration to develop our area and majorly the whole entire Greater LUWERO and the country at large. This issue, we urge the government, we come with solutions. There have been issue of PDM had done a good work within our communities, but the bureaucracy within which people, the young people, get that money, it is causing a lot of harm. The government is trying, yes, to put programs to eradicate the youth unemployment, but this is causing a lot of issues. You find it is on record. In the entire Nakaseke district, on a scale, very few young leaders, the chairperson who are supposed to monitor government programs, they are not the people among the committees. And this, the government is bringing it to reduce that gap, people to have something instead of being job seekers. We urge the government, we come with the ideas. On top of these programs, I've heard the precurrent speaker say about the livelihood. And that program, it was good, but it has issues. Concerning one, the monitoring, you find people who got that money. The people who got that money, the last 10 years, that is still effective, many people have not paid. And there's no procedure of revolving that money, of getting it from the young people. And they are requesting now the young people to take on the mandate to request for that money to be paid back. What is the work of the technical people? This is where the youth need to take the center stage right away from the start. We urge the government, let the government have demonstration farms within, at least in the sub-regional. These demonstration farms will help the young people because our main issue, we don't have capital, we don't have land, but we have ideas. These demonstration farms, if they are put into sub-regional, they will do a good work where I, who is a farmer, I can go and benchmark, get seedlings from there. Let me summarize. Get seedlings from there and do something. So we urge the government to solve this issue. Let them be established within the sub-regional. I believe if they are within those areas, the issue of unemployment, these young people, if they get money, they can employ the many, and there will not be an issue of unemployment regarding even the increasing number of the population. I conclude by saying, we are not asking for handouts. We are asking for a chance. Don't just give us jobs, but give us a skill. Give us capital, give us opportunity. We can eradicate the unemployment and be job creators. I beg to submit.
Well, thank you so much, Honourable Member, for that. A well-elaborated submission as per our motion. Any other submission? Yes, Honourable Member, then you. I'll take those three. Any ladies from Nakasongole? Right. We have 4 motions, so in case you've not submitted on this one, the next one, the other.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Kanyike Glenn. I'm coming from Dejo University and serving as the special nominee in the Guild Representative Council. I hereby stand before you, the Honorable House, to definitely support this motion. First thing that came into my mind when I read this motion, one of the key concepts that I picked was employment creation, skills development, entrepreneurship, technical and vocational education, youth empowerment, industrialization, innovation, and technology access to finance. Honorable members, we all know that right now in our country, the highest percentage of the population is surviving under the informal section or the informal sector. And it's quite unfortunate that this sector has not been noticed or it has not been highly recognized by government. How? The informal sector lacks the social protection, it lacks the government procurement, and also lacks the quality standards that we need to strengthen it. How? Under the social protection, we look at many border men. These colleagues of ours, they ride motorcycles. But one day, this guy can become sick. And unfortunately, one hospital bill can take you into poverty or can clear up all the capital that you have been having within your pocket. So what am I trying to put forth here? That the government should enact laws within this informal sector whereby these people within the informal section can have insurance, such as health insurance. Like each month, it must be a must, whether you are a banana seller, whether you are a farmer, whether you are riding a boda, whether you are a hairdresser somewhere. It is a must for you to pay some little amount of money such that when this bill comes up, at least you have somewhere to start from and not falling away. Because when I look at this, we shall be strengthening the youth employment at large and avoiding unemployment due to one hospital bill or due to one bill of education. Yes.
Inquiry granted in 10 seconds.
Taxes on fuel stages where they park their borders. Let's take an example. Borders as you chose. Yes, rent on where they park their borders, food and everywhere. And those taxes have been misused over time by government officials, and we have not seen them work. We have paid for garbage, and that very garbage still stays by the road, by the streets. How sure are we that if these people pay for their health insurance, it will be functional against what is happening, where people are paying for garbage, garbage stays on the streets, people pay taxes to have medicine in the hospitals, but you go there, all you can receive is a doctor's recommendation, but you can't get medicine. You still have to run back. Won't that health insurance recommendation, as you state, still, won't it revert back to the normal that we have accepted as Ugandans? That government can pick money from us and still doesn't fulfill on its obligations.
My answer to you, Honorable Member, is when I talk about enacting this law, it should not be mandatory that government should be the one getting this money from the people. Secondly, we all know that most, even the own public institutions of health that we have, they are also not having enough medication. So which means we should now empower more of the private sector. Why? It has provided capability that chances of corruption are low and less. Thank you. Then my other point is, as I conclude, is that we are having nowadays a lot of graduates and they are lacking employment. Why? Because the industries that are there, they claim they want people of experience of about 10 years, 15 years. And yet, in another way around, we can get a solution to this. If we have graduates that have graduated just from campus or university, we need to reduce the taxes that have been placed onto these different businesses and these different industries that are already existing. These industries, especially those that are employing the youth and also those graduates, in that they can be motivated to employ more people into their industries in as much as they have not gained the experience, but they can be trained in these industries for a certain period of time, but without moving on when they are very unemployed. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Now allow me have Honorable Member, then you last, Lord Councillor.
Right Honorable Speaker, the honorables around, I welcome you all to this session. Senyugo Rogers is my name. I'm from Nakasongola, and I am a student leader. So, being a student leader...
Where? From where?
From Nakasongola. It is Nakasongola Senior Secondary School. Yes. Being a student leader, it means that I have to do a lot to my friends. I have to be the spark of what they want and of what I want also to put there. So, for me, what I've identified is that in our district there, we have only one technical institute. That means we have seen all Uganda, they need practical, not theory. We have had industries, they need practical, not theory, because you not go to bring your theory there, you start working, operating the machine, no. We have seen infrastructures being constructed by engineers, but they undergo practical. They learn how to drive those tractors, it is practical. So if you go to army, for you to earn more in army, you have to first get a course, then you go. That means you have to first go under practical before you go. So all the basis is on practical. We should learn, or the government should equip many infrastructures, but with the emphasis of practicals. Institutions should be included, should be involved or added on. They should be added on in number, so that we can all go there and have those skills. Not getting there like you be skilled in English, but you have to get that practical part of it for you to run it. So even in the schools, we have laboratories are there. We are doing less practical, but you have much theory. So why don't we involve more practicals there in chemistry? The learner to come from secondary to university, when he's well equipped with practicals.